because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's
gun.
in the fucking box?
Give me the gun.
On this week's episode of Advanced Cruise Control, me and Cruz discuss our favorite video game to movie and comic book to movie adaptations.
That's right. And we also review for this week's 7 weeks of Deadly Sins Before Halloween.
We need a better name for that.
We do need a better name for that.
So terrible.
Oh, but you know what? Tell us what you think, guys. Anyways, we review Darren Aronofsky's Mother. So buckle up, fasten your seatbelts.
Advanced Cruise Control starts now. Welcome to another edition of Advanced Cruise Control.
I'm Cruz.
And I'm Vance.
And this is Advanced Cruise Control.
And yes, it is. And so a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
A lot of things happening right now. New trailers coming out. One of, I know, your favorite superheroes or anti-heroes.
The Punisher.
Coming to Netflix. Got its own
right.
original series.
Mm-hmm.
Trailer looks fucking awesome.
Did you ever watch the Daredevil series on Netflix?
I love the Daredevil series.
Yeah.
I wasn't into the other ones, though.
Let's see. What other ones? Okay, so it's
Luke
interesting
Cage.
because you look at, like Warner has like all the DC TV shows, right? They have like Arrow, Flash, Gotham,
Right.
even
Supergirl.
And then you've got Netflix that just kind of came out with all these Marvel.
Yeah, they got that Marvel properties.
Series, right? I can't remember which one they first started with, but they have Daredevil.
They started with Daredevil.
Was it
Didn't
Daredevil
they?
that this? I think you're right. Actually, you're right.
Or
Yeah.
was it? What's her name? Sarah Jones?
No, Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones? I don't know. I couldn't get into that.
But they have a bunch. They have Daredevil. They have Jessica Jones. They
Yep.
have Luke Cage. They have Iron Fist.
Yep.
The Defenders.
Now they got
as
the
well.
Defenders.
And
Have you watched the Defenders?
I haven't seen it.
Me either.
I haven't seen it. There's so much stuff out there. I don't have time for anything anymore.
Netflix needs to slow down with the release of content.
It's like Netflix just blew up, right?
We got through Ozark.
Yeah, we got through Ozark.
And now we just got through American Vandal.
Yeah.
Which was awesome, by the way. If you want to watch a cool mockumentary, check out American Vandal.
Yeah.
Funny as fuck. But they just keep coming with new shit, and I'm like, oh, dude, I have to watch 9 episodes of this.
I know. It's like you have to pick one and then binge watch it like all the way through, which is what I did with Daredevil, actually. I remember when Daredevil first came out, I kind of put it on the back burner, and then season 2 came out, and I was like, man, I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah. And
then I watched it, and I was like, okay, I dig this. Because
it was
I was
really good.
Never really a fan of Daredevil in the comics.
Really?
Not really.
Daredevil was like one of my favorite comic book characters.
Really?
I even liked the Ben Affleck movie.
Oh, God.
I did, because he was like an alcoholic. You had Colin Farrell in it. Come on. It wasn't that terrible.
That was awful.
He made a way better Daredevil than he did Batman.
I will say this. I like Charlie Cox as the Daredevil, right?
I do too.
And
he's a great Matt Murdock.
He's a great Matt Murdock. And then I also love the girl that plays Elektra in that.
Oh, what's her name?
I forgot her name, but she's better Elektra than Jennifer Garner. But that's a whole different can of worms that we're not going to open up right now.
All right.
Because we're talking about the Punisher right now.
Yeah, let's talk about the Punisher.
The Punisher, he's been portrayed by a lot of different people.
Yes.
Over the years, like
started
Dolph
with Dolph
Lundgren back in the
89 Punisher movie.
Was it 89?
But he didn't even have the skull in that. Like he wasn't even like he was just like
he didn't have the skull in that
badass
at all.
that killed people.
Yeah. And then we had Tom Jane.
My favorite Punisher movie.
That was like, what, 04, I think?
I think
04
so.
Punisher
Somewhere
movie.
around there. With John Travolta.
With John Travolta.
As the bad guy.
Honestly, a lot of people give hate for that Punisher, but
Dude,
I
love that movie.
love that Punisher, version of the
Punisher. And that fucking score
the music
is amazing.
The music is amazing in that.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
But then you had Ray Winstone with Punisher Warzone.
I thought that was Ray Stevenson.
Was Ray Stevenson or Ray Winstone? Yeah, Ray Winstone's a completely different guy.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson played...
Wrong Ray.
It's okay.
It's been a long week.
But no, he played... What was interesting about that one, the Punisher Warzone, is that he actually looks like the Punisher from the comics, but I enjoyed it.
What's wrong with Tom Jane?
What?
Tom Jane looked like him.
He looked like, yeah, he looked. Actually, you're right.
As long as they have black hair and.
But there's so many different versions, right? And like, anyways.
And so now we got John Barenthal.
And now we have John Barenthal.
What are your thoughts on John Barenthal?
A lot of people might remember him from like The Walking Dead.
Yep.
It's actually, I think, where he kind of became known, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nobody
He was
knew
in
who
Baby Driver.
He was in Baby Driver.
He was in Baby Driver.
Hilarious in Baby Driver.
But dude, that trailer for The Punisher, where they're playing Metallica 1.
Oh yeah.
And it goes with the gunshots. Like, it's such a good trailer. Like, it's really cool.
There's some people giving hate for John Barenthal's Punisher, but I'm gonna give it a chance.
How would they even know? He doesn't even talk in the trailer.
There's a lot of hardcore. Some of you might be watching this right now. There's a lot of hardcore, like, Punisher, like, fans, like, of the comics and stuff. I've been reading a lot of interesting comments from these folks that are like, oh, no,
are you one of those hardcore Punisher fans? Because
I'm a Punisher fan.
This looks like a hardcore Punisher fan.
Okay, yes, I did, in fact, cosplay as the OG Punisher. Not to be confused with Lady Punisher, because there is a character as such, right, in the comics.
Right.
A lot of people seem to think, when a woman dresses up as a male character, all of a sudden she's the female counterpart version that ends up, becoming a thing in the comic book world. Like, they have a Lady Deadpool.
Like She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, Lady Deadpool, and then, of course, Lady Punisher.
Mrs. Pac-Man.
But as you can see by my costume choices, I went for the OG Punisher. With the white belt.
Right.
The white
No, it was
boots,
dope.
The white gloves. Yeah.
It was dope.
Put that together myself.
That was a really impressive costume, and we got stopped a lot because of that.
That was a lot of fun. That Comic-Con, if we're taking it back.
No, that was good.
But yeah, like, I used to always like to compare Batman and Punisher. Punisher being like the Batman of the Marvel universe, except the main difference is that Batman is obviously a vigilante and the Punisher is obviously an anti-hero, right? Because Batman doesn't
That's the main difference?
Because Batman...
Batman being a billionaire and, like, all the gadgets?
True.
Like, Punisher's just a pissed-off dude with a lot of guns.
I guess the thing here is the similarities that they do share is that they lost loved ones, Their loved ones were murdered.
Okay.
And they're kind of, like, trying to get vengeance, right? Except the difference is Batman doesn't believe in killing.
He doesn't kill anybody.
He doesn't kill anybody. And he's human. He doesn't have any superpowers. The Punisher, also human, no superpowers.
Right.
Except his whole thing is that he doesn't care who he kills just to get justice. You know what I mean?
The interrogations and shit.
Yeah, and that's why there's a lot of mixed feelings with people in the comics. Like, oh wait, but he's getting rid of all the bad guys, but he's going to, the wrong way of doing it or whatever, quote unquote.
Is there a wrong way of getting
rid
of the bad guys?
I'm all about vengeance anyways.
But you're more Batman than Punisher,
But I'm
right?
totally more a Batman fan. I like both.
Okay.
But we're talking about the Punisher here because, we were just talking about how we saw the trailer.
Right.
What do you think?
I love the trailer. Like I said, I mean, it was one of the most well-done trailers I've seen in a while.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really like how one went with the gunshots. When Metallica starts playing heavier, the gunshots are going on. It was really cool. It opened with him playing a guitar, which was a little weird. Like, I can't really see Frank Castle sitting around
playing guitar.
being all emo and shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, besides that, I thought it was a really, really well-done show, and I'm looking forward to the series.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that series.
I think that'll be really cool. Another new trailer that was just released that I am really looking forward to is the new Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. We saw the trailer for that. The film that's coming out right now.
Which one?
The new Tomb Raider film that's coming out. Yeah. Alicia Vikander?
Vikander, yeah.
She looks just like Lara Croft
in the new games.
In the new games.
It's amazing.
Tomb Raider game.
And it looks really like it's less like cartoony. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the Angelina Jolie ones were so over the top and so just
like oh, we're bringing this video game to life and having
like this is more. It's like more real, like the realism, the grittiness of the new game.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Like
it really feels
if
that.
Nolan were to make a Tomb Raider movie.
Right. Well, yeah, and she's got the bow and arrow in it.
She's got the bow and arrow in it.
It looks.
But it's
super
so
dope.
uncanny how she looks like Lara Croft.
Yeah, she
in
really
the
does.
newer video games. It's
amazing. And I mean, did you ever think that an Academy Award winner would be Lara Croft?
You know what? That's a good point.
Like that's crazy.
That's really
like how do you go from the Danish girl to
Lara Croft, basically?
How do you go from the Danish girl to, Lara Croft? That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And then when she was in Ex Machina.
I loved that movie,
which was an amazing movie.
Ex Machina was very good.
And she's just a really great actress.
She's
I'm really looking forward
actress,
to see what she brings to this thing.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about that one as well. Oh man.
There's a bunch of good movies coming out.
There's a bunch of good movies.
So many.
So let's talk about real quick about like what are some adaptations, whether it's video games or comic books, because obviously I have plenty to say about this one.
I know you do.
The on-screen adaptations. Like, what are some of your favorite?
Definitely the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Didn't we try watching that the other?
We tried
recently?
sitting down and rewatching that movie.
I remember reading.
Holy shit!
I remember reading somewhere that both actors, John Leguizamo
Yep.
and Bob Hoskins, they thought it was so ridiculous that they just got drunk on set.
Yeah, they were drunk the entire time.
They were just drunk the entire time.
And Dennis
so,
Hopper. I mean, how do you have Dennis Hopper in this movie?
Oh, that's right.
He's Koopa.
It's so crazy. I remember you and I tried watching it just to see if we could tell how drunk they are.
Oh my god!
when they
it
were
was
making
terrible.
it. Yeah,
it
man.
has nothing to do with Super Mario Brothers.
Didn't we also? Wasn't there also something? Didn't you say that you read somewhere that they're trying to make Mario not be a plumber anymore?
Yeah, no. Nintendo released a statement that Mario is no longer a plumber. So now he just wears that outfit as like his day-to-day.
So what exactly is?
So does that mean he doesn't go into the pipes anymore?
What does that mean he is though now? Like, yeah, if he's going
He's
into
just
the
Mario.
pipes,
He's
is
the
he
dude.
just? Okay.
He's just a dude.
But why? I'm curious. Why were they
I
all
don't
of a
know why
sudden,
they
after all
released that
these years,
statement.
they're like, Mario and Luigi are no longer plumbers.
Yeah, well, they didn't say Luigi wasn't.
Oh, so,
Luigi might still be working.
okay.
But, no, I mean, going back to the original topic of, like, video game and comic adaptations, although, did you ever see Super Mario Brothers, the TV show?
There
With
was a
Captain
TV
Lou
show?
Albano?
How did I not know about this?
It was, like, the late 80s, early 90s, and Captain Lou Albano, who from wrestling, was Mario. And they had a Zelda cartoon in it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was a super cool show. But movies. Okay, back to movies.
Yeah, back to
My
movies.
ADD is off the charts
no,
today.
even TV shows. TV shows, movies, whether it's a video game or a comic book character.
Well, I think the Tom Jane Punisher is amazing.
That is.
I love
definitely
the
one of
Tom
my
Jane
favorites,
Punisher.
For sure.
Watchmen is one of my
Watchmen
favorites.
is a lot of people hated Watchmen too, but I loved it.
I love the and
I
you know they're
loved
doing a new
Watchmen.
HBO series, The Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be amazing.
No,
Yeah.
so Watchmen would be on there. The Crow, if you want to go graphic novel.
Hell yeah.
Let me think. What else? God, there's so many fucking. I'm not a big Marvel Universe guy. Well, Deadpool. I like Deadpool.
Deadpool was great. I can't
Deadpool was
wait.
awesome.
Speaking of Deadpool,
But like, I couldn't get into the Thor movie. Wasn't into
I've
it.
never really been a fan of Thor in the comics, so I've never really cared too much about the films. I think I saw because they're coming up with a third one. If I'm
Ragnarok's
correct.
coming out,
Ragnarok
yeah.
is that the third one? That's the third one, right? Because
Yeah.
they had two already. I think I only ever saw the first one,
I don't know. I've never seen the Thor movies.
but Sin City.
Oh, Sin
Graphic
City.
novel.
Good. Yes.
Yeah, that I remember when that first came out, I was like, "Holy shit!" They
Yeah,
made
that
it
was
just
amazing.
like the graphic novel, and I'm a huge Frank Miller fan. You know, he did 300 as well.
Yep.
But yeah, Sin City, definitely one of my favorite adaptations, along with Watchmen as well.
Yep.
Of course, The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, Dark Knight.
Although
of
not
course.
comic booky.
I mean, that's like.
that is
Duh.
definitely by far
That's just
probably
a great
out of the
movie.
out of the Nolan trilogy, The Dark Knight is by
Oh,
far
it's the best it's the best Batman movie.
the best
It's
Batman,
by far
for
the
sure.
best Batman. I mean,
For sure.
You know, Batman versus Superman might be a close second.
No.
Batfleck.
No.
Are you excited for the that Batman is not going to be Ben Affleck in the new movie?
Did we confirm this though? Did we?
It was
confirm
confirmed
this?
that Ben Affleck dropped out. They
So
did
he
not say a
dropped out.
replacement.
So I wonder what that means.
I don't know. Who would
Should
be
play-
Batman?
Now we're gonna have to play a game of who we think should play
Let's
the
put it on
next
Twitter.
Batman. We should. Right now, I
Which
can't
you
think
can
of
go
anybody
to.
at the top of my head.
Here.
Yeah.
Look at that. Magic.
It just,
Who do you think would make good Batman?
Oh man, this is a tough one because you know when I think about it, I have to think of who makes not only a good Batman but a good Bruce Wayne. You know, 'cause
I
we
didn't think
just had
Christian
this
Bale was a
conversation
great
recently
Bruce Wayne.
where people were like, "Oh, Michael Keaton."
Keaton was the best Bruce Wayne. By far. He was an eccentric billionaire who would dress up as a bat to beat up people.
Okay.
Really? Christian Bale was more like sociopathic almost. Like he had no,
But if
like,
you think
he had
about
no
it-
chemistry with people. Keaton had like a charisma to him. He had this air of mystery to
Not
him.
gonna lie, I felt like Val Kilmer played a pretty good Bruce Wayne.
Kilmer was good, but like, I don't know. He was too like brooding.
I know that Keaton and Bale are definitely my top two favorites.
What about
you know.
Clooney? Clooney was a good Bruce Wayne.
No.
Clooney was a great
No!
Bruce Wayne.
No.
Clooney was a
No.
great Bruce Wayne.
No.
Why not? What do you have against Clooney as a Bruce Wayne?
I just don't see it.
I thought Clooney.
I don't see it. I don't see it
What
at
do you think
all.
of Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne?
Honestly,
Wasn't bad.
he wasn't bad. I will give
Wasn't terrible.
Batfleck that. I feel like he wasn't that bad as Bruce Wayne, but I think as a whole, I just, he was alright. He surprised me. I was pleasantly surprised, but wasn't a huge fan of Batman versus Superman.
I did not.
I'm hoping Justice League will.
I
We're
think it would
talking
be
about
good. It's got
adaptations on
Aquaman
screen,
in it.
and it's like
How can you go wrong with Aquaman?
who doesn't look anything like Aquaman
That
in
is
the comics.
not the Aquaman that talks to the dolphins that I know.
Yeah, no, he is not the blonde-haired,
Yeah.
blue-eyed merman.
Little
if we
orange
wanna
suit
go
with
that
the
route.
green flippers.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Obviously, DC, they're the film adaptations are a little bit darker. When you look at the way their costuming is
Okay.
and whatnot. Like Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman.
Right.
And then they kind of went darker with Aquaman as well. But I don't know. The Justice League trailer does look good, but I don't know. It just
They're going a little lighthearted with the Flash.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Flash was in that as well.
Yeah. He looks, he's lighthearted. He's like the funny guy, comic relief.
Yeah.
But okay, who's your new Batman?
Okay, so as far as new Batman, let's see here. Oh man, you're putting me on the spot because now I've never really thought about it of who would make a good. We were talking about how it has to be a good Bruce Wayne, good Batman. So let's think here for a minute.
I was gonna say Tom Hardy, but he'd be a shitty Bruce Wayne, I think.
Honestly, you're right. Tom Hardy.
He'd be a great Batman.
Let's not talk about Dark Knight Rises for a minute.
Right.
Let's not
I
put
liked
him in
Bane.
that.
Don't get me wrong. I liked Bane.
But honestly, I think you're right. I think he would make a great Batman.
Yeah.
But
not a good Bruce Wayne.
I don't think he would make a great Bruce Wayne at all. I don't know if he would have that,
I think who would be a good Batman.
So we have one, Tom Hardy, who would make a great Batman, but not so sure about Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Let's see here. Who would make a good Bruce Wayne? Who's a good leading actor right now?
Good leading man right now.
Who's, actiony and stuff.
Actiony leading man. I'm gonna say Dane DeHaan. Did you see the doghouse?
Yes. I cannot see Dane DeHaan as
Dane DeHaan is not. I'm just joking. I mean, he's a way better Joker.
He'd make
way
a great
better
Joker
Joker.
if they want to reboot that whole thing.
Batman? I don't know.
We're gonna have to think about this and come back to this question.
Let's talk about this the next time.
We'll talk about this the next time. We'll go
see
on
who
Twitter
Twitter
once we
picks.
think about it, because this is gonna take some thought.
This is gonna take some thought.
This is gonna take some thought because as we discussed previously, some of these actors would make a great Bruce Wayne or Batman, but not the other. Vice versa. So this is gonna take some thinking. So we'll get back to that.
Let's get back to that. Let's put a pin in that one.
Let's put a pin in that one. But as far as other adaptations, yeah, I already said Sin City, Watchmen, of course, The Dark Knight.
Right.
Deadpool. I love Deadpool. TV shows.
Oh, Wonder Woman. Did you like Wonder Woman?
I liked Wonder Woman. I enjoyed Wonder Woman. But Atomic Blonde, which is actually based on a graphic novel called The Coldest City.
Okay, I did not.
Yeah, The Coldest City.
I did not see that one.
It's pretty good. Actually, you did go see it. You just fell asleep.
I went to see it
because you
but
ate
I fell
a lot of
asleep
food
in the theater. I ate so much food.
He ate
that
so
day.
much food. We went. He was like, "I gotta
It's like
eat."
an 11 o'clock movie. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I was out all day, and then
And those seats were comfy. You could recline it.
Reclined.
They had you could recline your feet.
So I'll catch.
So after eating all that food, he was just like, "Good night."
All right.
So we'll go back to that one. But yeah,
We'll get back. Do you like Gotham?
So Gotham, what's interesting about Gotham, right, is it's almost like the Jim Gordon show. You know what I mean? Commissioner
Batman's
Gordon.
in it this season. They said.
Yeah, which I haven't. The third season, right? Is what you're talking about?
I think it's whatever the new season is.
Whatever the
I just saw the
latest
trailer for it.
Well,
The Batman.
I saw the first 2 seasons. I have so much catching up to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the Jim Gordon show in the earlier seasons because it's when Bruce Wayne is young,
right?
When everything first happens to him. Alfred is in it, but it's Jim Gordon when he's younger and before he becomes commissioner, obviously, and all the things that he has to deal with in Gotham. I enjoy it. I like it. What I've seen so far. I'm curious to see where they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely it's not
He's too
it's
young
not
to
a
be the
Batman
Batman.
show. It's not a Batman show. It's literally
kind of is.
that's why they call it Gotham because they're like, oh, Well, I guess it's Batman's coming of age.
Yeah, it's like Batman's coming of age.
Him trying
It's
to
Batman the Wonder Years.
We're exactly where Bruce
Basically
Wayne.
it.
What's interesting is they do show all the villains when they're younger as well.
Yeah, like they had the Joker.
Like Selena Kyle is in it, and she kind of has a thing with Bruce where they're like, oh, do we like each other type thing, and he has to decide whether or not he wants to be bad or good or whatever. So yeah, I have to say I do enjoy Gotham.
What other comic TV? You like Daredevil?
I like Daredevil. I like Jessica Jones.
I didn't really give Jessica Jones a chance.
Did you watch the whole thing or no?
I watched one episode.
Oh, well, I enjoyed Jessica Jones.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm so buried right now with Netflix.
There's so much. There's
so
too much.
hard,
But when
dude.
Punisher comes out,
Punisher's right to the
binge
top of my
watch
queue.
that for sure.
That's right to the top of my queue.
So yeah, that's a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah. What about video game adaptations?
Okay, so video game adaptations. Let's see here.
What do you think of the Mortal Kombat movies?
Dude, I don't remember that movie. I was like 9 when that came out.
What about the Underworld? Was it Shadow World or Underworld?
Oh, Underworld?
The Underworld, right?
Wait, what Underworld?
Remember in Mortal Kombat, they go to the Underworld?
Oh, yeah!
You know? Great soundtrack.
I think I'm confusing Street Fighter with Mortal Kombat.
And what about that theme song? How do you forget that theme song? Mortal Kombat. Dun, dun, dun. It was great. That was a great song. Finish him. Like, it was
And then, what about Street Fighter?
I love it.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Raul Julia was in it. Raul.
That was great. That was a great movie. You know, and finally he used like that one sonic boom. You're waiting for the entire movie, and you get a little
Hadouken.
You know? Man. There's not really any.
Yeah, because Resident Evil, right? But it wasn't even like a direct adaptation. Okay, and we
into
all
that.
know how much I'm very big into Resident
It's a
Evil,
horror
right?
movie.
And I remembered when Resident Evil 2 came out, and we're talking, this is years and years ago,
The
right?
movie?
No, I'm talking about the game, Resident
Okay.
Evil 2. I remembered them talking about making a film back then with Claire Redfield and Leon Kennedy, right? Just like I remember a fan film was created, and I was like, dude, this looks so good. This looks so good. I can't wait for this to come out. Then it never happened. There were talks about it, and then what's her name in the
Mila Jovovich?
Yeah, Mila Jovovich decided to do it, but then it was like this.
She was very passionate about doing that.
She was very passionate about doing it. This character Alice isn't even in the game at all, so they kind of just made these fictitious characters. But then they tried to throw in there, and because how many of those did they make now? Like 8.
I don't know. It's like 9 of them.
I feel like there's like 8 or 9 of them now.
It's crazy.
I think they finally realized, we should probably give the fans what they want, and they put Jill Valentine in one of them. They finally put Claire Redfield in one of them. They put Chris Redfield in one of them. I don't remember ever seeing Leon Kennedy in one of them.
I've only seen like one of the Resident Evil movies, and I was like, "This is."
I can't keep up because there's so many. But I remember when the first one came out, I got so stoked, right? Because oh my god, it's just like the game, with the dogs and all this kind of stuff. But then they just kept shelling them out, and then I'm like, this is not like the video game.
It is nothing like the game.
So I'm kind of bummed out about that.
No. What about Silent Hill?
I actually liked Silent Hill.
I did like Silent
People
Hill.
hated on that one, but I actually liked it.
It was a great Pyramid
I liked
Head.
Yeah.
They did a great job with Pyramid Head.
And we saw that at Comic-Con too.
There were a bunch of Pyramid Heads walking
Pyramid
around.
Heads. That dude with the stilts and the.
So what else we got going on? We've been live streaming.
We've been live streaming. We should probably
Speaking of Resident Evil.
Yes. You guys, if you want to catch us live, we're going to actually start putting a schedule up on the website. Go to advancedcruisecontrol.com to check our schedule for our, when we're going to be streaming.
Or you can just go here.
Yeah, right here.
I love that.
Also check out our YouTube. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel at keepit88.com, you'll get notifications for when we go live. So that's the easiest way to keep track of when we do, because we've been doing it on YouTube.
Subscribe,
comment,
tell your friends about it.
Let us know what you guys want to see.
We want to know your thoughts. What do you guys want to see us do?
What do you like? What do you don't like?
What do you want us to play? We might do some movie commentaries.
Yeah, we're actually, someone else gave us that idea.
We got some fun stuff.
We like the ideas you guys are giving us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we've had a blast. Well, I mean, I've been scared shitless the entire time.
But that's the best part. And even though we've played it before, we were like, you know what? In the spirit of Halloween, why not stream Resident Evil 7? And I think, even though we have played it before, there's some stuff that I don't remember.
There's some jump scares, man, in that game.
Where I'm like, I forgot that that's supposed to happen.
And that game has to be one of the hardest games to aim.
It is.
It is one of the hardest games to aim.
That, and I feel like, I am aiming, but
and they give you very limited resources in that game.
They do.
Like, you barely scrape by.
You really do. They really
Like, we had one game where we had nothing. We got fucked.
Oh, yeah!
And, we're in a boss battle with nothing.
So, do we leave this area and come back? Like,
all right, well,
are we able to? I don't know.
Looks like a suicide mission.
Exactly.
You know?
But yeah, so definitely subscribe. Keepit88.com is the easiest way to check out our YouTube channel. It redirects
Absolutely.
directly to our YouTube channel. And again, you'll get notifications if you turn that on. If you turn the notifications on, you'll be notified whenever we go live. So definitely check out our schedule if you want. Again, advancedcruisecontrol.com. What did we... Okay.
We also have, we're going to have our Kingsman
review.
Golden Circle review up.
Yes. I hope you guys are liking our movie reviews that we're putting out.
Yeah, if you're liking them, give us some love, man. Tell us what you think. If you don't like them, tell us what you think.
If you have any movie suggestions that you want us to review, like, hey, I think it'd be funny if you guys reviewed this film, hit us up.
We'll do that.
We did
But
a review.
speaking of reviews.
Yeah, we did another review this week, and, because we have 5 weeks before Halloween.
5 weeks.
So that means we have 5 Deadly Sins left in our 7 weeks of Deadly Sins before Halloween.
Yep. And this is our third sin.
This is our third sin. You saw this movie twice.
I love this movie.
Yeah, and I saw it once.
I bring everybody to this movie now.
Yeah, you should bring your mom to go see it.
My mom would not sit through it. She would not sit through it.
So, should we tell them what the movie is?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we reviewed Mother.
So here is our review of Darren Aronofsky's Mother.
Enjoy. Steve! Vance! You left me!
I was attending to the guests.
But you're not supposed to leave me. We have a review to do.
Well, they came here to see me, so...
Okay, well, you ready to talk about this movie?
I'm ready to talk about this movie. I'm excited to talk about this movie.
Okay, let's talk about how we felt after watching Mother.
Okay, so for me, this was the most infuriating movie I've ever seen in my life. I left this movie... Remember, I was just to go out after seeing this movie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I came home and fell asleep. I was so stressed out and just so overwhelmed and infuriated that I needed to sleep.
So it just put you to sleep.
It put me... I wouldn't say it put me to sleep, and that's just...
Well, yeah.
Yes, but
For me-
yes, it stressed me out.
For me, I was fine, right? I was like, okay, I knew that it was intense. You were sitting next to me. You saw it, and I kept my mouth shut the whole time. And then something happened. We're not going to say what. Something happened in the film where I literally just spun around to you, and I was like, I want to fucking punch somebody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then after that point, when I said that to you, I just kept getting more and more stressed out in my chair. I was like, what's going on here? Oh my God. And then when I left the theater, I had this like really strange feeling of being really high. Like my heart was racing and like palpitating, and I was like, why do I feel like I'm high right now? Like I felt...
You get adrenaline.
Yeah, I felt seriously high. Very, very intense.
Yeah. No, and so what'd you think of it?
Oh, I loved it.
I fucking loved it.
I loved it. Despite,
it was so good.
Despite all the negativity surrounding this film.
Listen, that's white. It's noise. That's all noise. You know, I'm going to go see a movie no matter what. And I am a huge fan of this director. I'm a huge fan of Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, as am I.
You know, like The Wrestler is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I love Black Swan.
Requiem, Black Swan.
Yeah, Requiem, Black
They're
Swan.
amazing.
Yeah.
You know,
And all those other films weren't big hits either.
No.
Yeah, like they all bombed. The Wrestler, Black Swan.
Black Swan did not do amazing at the box office
See,
until it got picked up for award season.
And this is what's funny about Black Swan. A lot of people called it pretentious. You know, like, oh, Black Swan is such a pretentious film. And then with Mother coming out, I'm seeing a lot of reviews saying similar stuff where they're like, Mother is just another pretentious da-da-da-da-da. And the thing is, what I like, and I know you can agree with me on this one, is that despite negative reviews, I like to go to a movie and see it for myself. A lot of people they're sheep. You know, they're like, oh well, I heard it sucked, and then they go and see it, and they feel the need to have to agree with that. You know,
right? Well, this movie has a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
It got an F Cinema score,
which
but
is very rare.
3.5 out of 4 from Ebert. You know,
yeah,
which is a much more prestigious rating system than fucking, Cinema Score.
Right. Cinema Score, there's only 19. It's a very rare score for...
the F rating.
Yeah, the F rating is a very rare score to get, and there's only 19
Cinema Score is doing backflips with all the press they're getting for giving it this F rating.
Yeah, because everybody keeps talking about it now, like, because it's very rare for a film to get that. I mean, the only movie they said that there's 19 films that ever have received an F score.
Okay.
And the only ones
How many of those are Lindsay Lohan movies?
Oh, there's definitely a Lindsay Lohan movie. I Know Who Killed Me is on there.
Oh, okay, see.
Wolf Creek is on there. There's a bunch of others. That's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. It's like a horror film, an Australian horror film, I think.
But anyways, back to Mother.
Let's talk about our theories behind it, because here's the thing that I'm noticing from reading other reviews, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, especially the ones that are giving it negative reviews,
right.
A lot of them don't know what it's about, and that's the reason why they're giving it such a negative review. Because they're like, I don't get it, I don't understand.
The marketing on this movie didn't tell you anything, which I love. I went in there completely blind. I saw 2 trailers. I didn't want to read anything about it.
Same here.
I just wanted to go straight in and see this movie.
Yeah.
You know, and with a lot of people, they're going into this movie thinking it's Rosemary's Baby.
See,
it's like this weird.
That's what the thing that annoys me, because I've read more than 3 different places on the internet, right? This is after I had already seen the film.
Right.
There was like 3 different reviews that I read where each reviewer was comparing it to Rosemary's Baby. Now, here's the thing that pisses me off about that statement. Either the people that are saying that, they either have never really seen Rosemary's Baby.
Right.
Like, did you not see that movie for you to make that comparison? Or are you pretending like you saw Mother?
There's no commonality.
There's no commonality whatsoever.
There's a baby.
And that's about it. But that is nothing. What Rosemary's Baby is about is nothing with what this film is about.
No.
So what do you think this movie is about, Steven?
This whole thing is a metaphor for the Bible. I mean, you can't get any more on the nose than when you have 2 sons killing each other, okay? You have a great flood that sends everyone out of the house. There's so many examples. You know, Jennifer Lawrence is Gaia, you know, Mother Earth.
Okay.
And Javier Bardem is God, and the whole it's so on the nose, especially when you see like the Great Flood and the 2 sons killing each other, played by the Gleason brothers.
And they're actually brothers.
And they are actual brothers.
That's kind of funny. So you're trying to tell me that
It's the Bible,
Jennifer Lawrence is Mother Earth,
right?
and that Javier is
God.
God. And so are you trying to tell me that Michelle Pfeiffer and Ed Harris are what?
Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. In fact, when he's clutching Ed Harris's character, when he's like, "Oh, to look away," you see a scar on his ribs, and then the next day, Eve shows up.
Oh wait, that's right, because in
The next
film,
day, Michelle Pfeiffer shows up, and Javier, God, creates Adam out of boredom, basically, because he can't write, he needs inspiration, and so he manifests Adam.
Go on.
What more do you need?
I don't know.
And then the whole end of the movie is revelation.
Darren Aronofsky actually made an official director's statement before the film even came out and said that there is no metaphor to this film.
Well, it follows the same, you know,
it's more ambiguous.
timeline
I feel
of
like
the Bible and structure of the Bible.
It's just a structure, not the story, though, is what he was saying. He said that, yeah, sure, there's a structure to it. That's basically it. That's not the story, though. But, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. It kind of makes sense.
It has the exact structure of the Bible. Are you serious?
I went to a Christian school my whole life. Sorry, I'm just laughing.
I like girls in Catholic schoolgirl uniforms. I mean, there's a baby involved. That's Jesus that gets sacrificed. Hello, my name is Jesus. That they should have just said.
Okay, see, now that, all the other stuff kind of make, okay, Jesus. But wouldn't that make, okay, if the baby is Jesus, wouldn't that make Mother Earth Mary? The Virgin Mary, technically?
Well, I mean, technically, Mary was a human, and everyone else is, you know, from an existential place, right? Like heaven and the Garden of Eden, and Mary's the only real human there. So humans
Where's the Garden of
represent
Eden in all
Earth.
of this? Where's the Garden of Eden
Garden
in all
of
of
Eden is
this?
in heaven. The
No,
house.
in the movie.
The house. She's trying to rebuild. Listen, okay,
See,
put it this way. Garden of Eden is his office.
Okay,
Okay?
all right,
And
all
so
right.
you have the little diamond thing that he gets every time he fucks up and creates sin in the world. So it's a representation of like an original sin. And then Adam.
Wait a minute. Okay, now you're losing me. You're saying that the crystal, which is technically the heart, as
that he
well.
pulls out of
If
every
you're
single
listening
world
or
that he
watching
destroys.
this right now,
By the way, there's spoilers.
You
in this
clearly
movie.
know that there's spoilers. So you're trying to tell me that the crystal, the
Yeah.
heart, if
Yeah.
you will, is supposed to be representation of what now?
It's a representation of when Eve goes into his office where she's not supposed to be, like Eve went into the Garden of Eden and ate the forbidden fruit that she was never supposed to touch, and then breaks the forbidden fruit, that's when all the shit goes crazy. That's when sin comes into the world.
So then explain to me why all of a sudden at the end, like the ending, for
Listen, I'm
example.
not a Bible expert, but I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Oh, it's pretty obvious. Okay. Okay. So
Am
when,
I the...
But okay, so is there any story in the Bible about how so sin came into this world and so now God is just going to start all over? Okay, clean slate. Let's just wipe away everything
No,
clean.
sin comes into the world, the humans come, they destroy the earth, and then God has to start all over.
And God what to start over?
He has to start all over because they destroyed the earth.
Ah.
Anyway, so what do you think the movie was about? Cruz? And if you say fucking broken relationships or something.
I think it was about narcissism and envy. Look at Javier. He's narcissistic.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a part of it, but I mean, the actual story, like the story itself was the Bible. You know, and God was greedy. Or and Mother Earth was very envious of God.
Which brings us to this week's deadly sin, envy.
Look at that. Popped up.
Yeah. So, because if you think about it in the film, you have Jennifer Lawrence, who's,
Right.
like the little housewife who's trying to take care of everything for her man.
Right.
And then when all of a sudden all these people came to see him, she started growing envious of, like, for the attention that everybody...
Right,
like,
the attention.
He was giving everybody else attention and wouldn't listen to her when she was like, this is supposed to be our home. This is our place. Like, why are you allowing all these people that we don't know into our home?
Right.
And then he just didn't give a shit about how
It wasn't
she felt.
that he didn't give a shit. It was that the reason he created her even was to get this acclaim.
Okay, we're still getting into this whole creation thing. Okay,
Well, because
go
here's
on.
the thing. She was his muse. That's why he made her.
Oh, right.
He made her to be his muse.
I guess when they finally did have sex, he was inspired, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That was his muse. And the reason he brought her into his world was because he needed inspiration.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So once he got that inspiration, he was like, okay, this is what I needed. I'm there now. And she was like, well, wait a minute. Like, hello, I'm still here. You know? Like when she made that big dinner and like 50 people show up to get autographs and
Oh
stuff.
my
He's
God.
like, I'll be right in.
Yeah.
I'll be right in. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. I'll be right in.
Who the hell is here now?
Oh.
No.
They're here to see
No.
me. They're here to see me.
Nope. We're gonna finish this review. You're driving me nuts. No, let's finish this review. You're not gonna answer that. It's fine.
But where are they going to go?
Did you invite more people over?
Yeah.
So, Steve, are you telling me that God is a narcissist?
Wow. I thought we were just going to do funny things with video games and horror movies. I didn't know we were going to get into a transcendental conversation about God and narcissism.
Well, you were telling me how it's about the Bible and
All right,
creation.
listen.
So I'm asking you.
Obviously, God's a narcissist. I mean, he did all this creating, and he even said, like, this is what I do. I create. I don't know why he became an Italian mafia boss all of a sudden. God's like, hey, how you doing? Like, I create. That's what I do. I don't know. But God, yeah, he wouldn't make this out of, like, what else would he make everything out of? And most importantly, it says right in the Bible that God created man in his own image. He made a mini-me.
In other words, he's a narcissist.
Right. Okay. Thanks for proving my point, Cruz. What did you think of this compared to other Aronofsky films?
Honestly, I Black Swan was my favorite for the longest time, and
Okay.
now I kind of feel like this might be my number one on
This
that list.
might
What-
be... You know what?
Right? Do you
The
agree with
Wrestler
me
was
on
always
that?
my favorite, but just because obvious reasons. I like wrestling.
yeah,
and
I
Mickey
agree,
Rourke
yeah.
kills it. in
They're a
that
little
movie.
biased in that regard. Right?
Yeah, but I mean, this movie was really unlike anything he's ever done before. Like, I haven't been this uncomfortable with an Aronofsky film since Requiem for a Dream.
I agree with that statement.
And Requiem for a Dream only had glimmers of this uncomfortableness. Like, this movie, the entire movie, you're infuriated. You're just stressed out, you know?
Yeah.
But here's the brilliant thing about the writing and the direction of this movie, is this whole premise is like a thread away from becoming a comedy.
Okay, so wait.
Like, I'll pitch you on this,
Explain
ready?
this to me. The comic, like what?
Couple,
Okay.
right? Wants to be alone in the wilderness.
Okay.
Guy has to write a poem.
Okay.
People keep interrupting this process.
Okay.
Okay? Woman gets more and more infuriated, more and more infuriated.
Okay.
Finally, woman destroys everybody. That's funny.
Okay.
Like, it's fun. There are premises where, like, even I was kind of chuckling, like, oh my god, this is, like, crazy that this is still going on. Like, when all the people show up for the funeral.
Yeah, because it does kind of...
That's funny.
I guess it does kind of get to a point where it's almost kind of borderline ridiculous. Like, at first, in the beginning, it was like a slow, gradual build-up from, like, oh, everything's normal,
right,
to, okay, wait, now I'm curious, what's going on here? You're like, okay, all right, that's weird.
And
then it just gets weirder and progressively weirder and weirder
right,
to the point where we're like, okay, this is just
And I think
ridiculous.
that's why it had to be shot from mostly her point of view. Because if you
Right.
shot that from a third-person point of view, looking in, it's funny. But when you're watching it from
Yeah.
hers, and there's no music in this entire movie, so everything you hear every footstep, you hear every laugh,
Yeah,
you hear every
actually,
glass
that's
clink,
true.
you hear people breaking shit.
It's like
you hear everything, and it's infuriating
It is
to be
infuriating.
that woman in that house who just wants to remodel this home, and it's being destroyed by strangers, and he doesn't give a fuck.
I actually remember the scene that really made me like start to get angry. It was when she told that couple to get off the sink. Because she already asked. She asked somebody else to get off the thing nicely. She was like, "Oh, can you?" Because she's being nice at first. Because she gets angrier and angrier,
Right.
progressively as the movie goes on. But at first she's like, "Can you please not sit on there? It's not, like it's not ready to be, whatever." And then they get off, and then later on she sees a couple, and then they're like, oh, fuck this bitch, we're gonna sit on it anyways. And then finally they start hopping up and down. That was the scene where I turned and looked at you, and I was like,
Yeah.
I want to punch
You
somebody.
were so angry during it.
And then I
was
just
watching
stayed
your face.
angry the entire time. I was like sitting in my seat like,
You were so
oh my god,
agitated.
oh my god.
Yeah, I kept looking over at you, and I was like, this.
Did you know that this is like the fourth film that he shot on 16 millimeter?
I did notice that, but I did notice it was like super grainy.
It's super grainy.
Which I thought was cool. I like that kind of work.
I liked the cinematography.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the cinematography?
Yeah, cinematographer Matthew Levitique.
Mm-hmm.
He's done every Aronofsky film since Pi, except for The Wrestler.
Since Pi was his first. Okay,
Yeah.
so he did every single
He
Darren.
did The
okay.
Fountain. He did, Noah, Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan. He did everything.
Oh wow.
But I feel like
okay.
this was shot so different than any other Aronofsky film.
Definitely.
Like, it was just extreme close-ups the
It was
entire
extreme
time.
close, and I think that's part. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that's the reason why it was so intense, like
Yeah.
extra intense, because you're sitting there and you're like, Jesus Christ, especially on the big screen in the
Right.
theater, and you're
It
like,
was
oh,
just
up close in
extremely
the
close.
face, and you're just like, oh my god.
Like, it was Jennifer Lawrence's cheek for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's got great cheeks, by the way. Great cheeks. But no, the weird thing is, too, I'm a big fan of Aronofsky's film scores. Requiem for a Dream
The music is great.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
the Fountain is, whatever it is, but that score is stunning.
Mm-hmm.
The Wrestler had a great score. Black Swan, obviously, you got Tchotchke and, different things.
Yep.
But to use no music at all.
Actually, I noticed that with this film is that the entire time, and then again, that's part of how.
You feel everything.
And
in this movie.
what's interesting too, from everything that I've read from the director's point of view, from Aronofsky's point of view, he knew that it was going to be intense for people almost. Like he knew. In fact,
he made it intense. He made you uncomfortable.
Yeah, he knew it was going to make you uncomfortable, and I think part of that, aside from like the super close-up shots, there's no music, and you can hear
Right.
everything. And that's part of the reason why you can hear everything, every sound, every pin drop, every door creak.
When she holds her hand against the house to see
Yeah.
how the house is surviving.
Okay, I have to ask you, what do you think that meant in the film with her whenever
That's
she
the
would...
life of the earth.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't think
'cause
it
then
was
at
because
the
she was
end,
already
the earth
pregnant?
is
I mean,
destroyed.
when I guess technically she's not the Virgin Mary, and therefore, she...
No, that's her. That's like her check-in. That's like the gauge for how the earth is doing. If there's still life. Because at the end, what happens?
Right. I mean, every time they showed that shot, it just kept getting ashier and ashier
Yeah.
until it finally...
It kept like what's it called? Ashing. I guess I don't know.
Ashing?
Ashing is
Burning?
the word. Not burning, but like you said, it froze in ash.
Yeah.
So it was like iced ash.
No.
I don't know.
No.
But
No.
yeah, no, I love this movie. I really did. I mean, I've already seen it twice.
Yeah, you've seen it twice.
I've
I've
seen
seen
it
it once.
twice.
I would totally go see it again, but
I'm definitely gonna
I
go
would
see it again.
definitely have to be, okay.
Yeah, I have to have nothing else going on.
And
to go see this movie
which
again.
is really funny because I always say that I've said this before on this podcast how if you're gonna see Requiem, you should definitely not see that film.
Yeah.
This movie is definitely not for everybody.
Don't have any
It is
plans after
not
this
for
movie.
everybody. I honestly feel like if you're someone that suffers from anxiety, you should probably not bother seeing this film. So far, I know I've heard of people that suffer from anxiety that saw it, and they, like, if you thought that we were both infuriated from watching the film, the people that I know of that saw it that suffers from anxiety, they were like, woo, like, oh my god, I can't believe you dragged me to go see this movie, you know what I mean? But so obviously,
what did you think of the performances?
I thought the performances were great. Okay, let's talk about Michelle Pfeiffer for a minute because I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
She looks great. She plays the best. Just like
she was very seductive. She was seductive, but also ignorant. Yeah.
It was amazing. That's Eve.
Yeah.
Going into the Garden of Eden, eating the forbidden fruit.
I guess if you're gonna go in that route, Eve seduces Adam. Temptation.
Right.
Yeah. Because remember, I guess because she said don't go in here, and then she goes in there anyways later on, and then oopsies.
And then you get the Gleason brothers.
Yes.
They were phenomenal in the little bit role they had. Mm-hmm. But Ed Harris.
Oh yeah,
Ed Harris is Adam. He just comes off as like a real friend. And the funny thing is, like, I wouldn't have picked Ed Harris for that role.
Okay.
If you had to pick, for Adam, thinking from that perspective, who would you have picked? I would have picked a younger, with them all together, but maybe that's, I don't know. Ed Harris was amazing in that movie.
Ed Harris was definitely amazing in that movie, but I'm trying to think of who else I could see in that role.
Would you recast anyone?
Here's the interesting part about you asking me that, because I'm not a huge J-Law fan, okay? Yes.
Okay.
Bring on the hate. No, I'm just
What's
kidding.
your favorite J-Law movie? Before this.
Oh, crap. Let's see.
Silver Linings?
I've never seen that film.
Oh, my God. Well, then that's why you're not a J-Law fan, because you're probably basing it on mocking Jay, whatever the fuck it is.
Maybe I should see this movie and I'll have a
should
different
probably
opinion.
see Silver Linings Playbook.
I've never really been a huge J-Law fan. Now, don't get me wrong, there are other actresses that I can't stand. I've never seen that one either.
Well, what J-Law movies did you see that you're like, I don't like her?
Well, it's not that I don't like her. I'm just not a fan. Because there are other actresses that I hate. This bitch right here. Okay, anyways. If you want to talk about my hatred for an actress, I hate Anne Hathaway. J-Law, I'm not on
start with J-Law.
I'm not on that level with J-Law.
What have you seen on that J-Law
film? I think the only movies I've seen of hers is probably the Hunger Games.
Yeah, see, that's why. Those are terrible movies.
What else has she been in other than all the films you just listed?
I just mentioned the two best.
But that's
American Hustle, Silver Linings Playbook, Joy.
Never saw it. I saw Passengers. That was the other.
So you've seen the shitty Jennifer Lawrence.
I guess
she won an Oscar.
I guess I need to give her a chance by watching all these other films.
By watching her good movies? Yeah, I would say so.
I guess, yeah. But we were talking about...
That's like you saying Ben Affleck's a shitty guy and you've only seen Geely. Literally the same thing. Alright, well, who would you cast as God? Except Morgan Freeman.
Okay, so for God's role, Michael Fassbender.
You think Fassbender could be God?
Why not?
I don't know. I think he's more of an Adam. He's more of an Adam.
You think he's more of an Adam?
Fassbender.
Kind of
Javier Bardem carries that weight and that kind of powerful ignorance.
I guess I could see Michael Fassbender as Adam. Ed Harris's role, for those that are
Mickey
watching.
Rourke as God?
Whoa. Mickey Rourke
What
as God.
What if he brought, he's like, listen, Mick, I'm doing this movie. You're going to play God. No?
No.
Tom Cruise is God.
Sorry.
Hugh Jackman.
Okay, Hugh Jackman's at least taller than Tom Cruise, and he's got to have that
Why
presence.
does God have to be tall?
Because he has to have that presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel like
Javier Bardem was perfect.
I feel like J-Law is taller than Tom Cruise, and that would just be weird.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Did you like J-Law as the lead?
Oh, so that's what I was getting ready to say. Because although I haven't seen much of her work. Okay, I actually liked her in that role. She had an innocence to her. She had a very innocence to her that I think was necessary for that character.
Yeah, she really did have this whole very maternal feel to her.
Maternal feel, she was always
always barefoot. Did you notice that? She was always
barefoot. And I'm like, wait, is this a Tarantino film now? What's going on here?
I can't get into the barefoot thing. I just think that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
All right, so what would you rate this movie?
Okay, so let's look back at the ratings from the critics first, right? We have 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. We have 6.8 on IMDb.
Right.
My personal rating, I would give it a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
This isn't fucking Casablanca. I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a perfect film. 5 stars means perfect. You're really going to go 5?
Okay, you know what? You're right.
This
You're
is our
right.
third review.
Okay,
You're going to give 5?
Okay, wait. You know what? You're right. You're right. Actually, to be fair, yeah, I think I wouldn't exactly call this film perfect.
Okay.
So I will give
What
it.
were your qualms with the film?
My qualms with the film.
Besides not understanding it. Not knowing what it's about.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
So, okay, that half point that you just took off, where did that come from?
Where did that half point?
'Cause I'll
come
tell you,
from?
my only qualm with the film was it got so ridiculous at the
Well,
end. It got
it's
overtly
obvious. That's
ridiculous.
obvious. And I already said that already.
How is that obvious? You just said it was a perfect movie.
I didn't say it was perfect. I said, okay, you're right. It's not
This
perfect.
is from someone
What did
who
I
gets
ju-
their ratings on IMDb.
No.
So,
What did I just say 2 seconds ago? I said, okay, you're right. It's not perfect, so I'm going to give it a 4.5.
After I called you out for giving it a 5.
Yeah, because I realized, okay,
You
definitely.
didn't realize
it's
it.
not
I
perfect.
realized it. for
And
you.
I'm agreeing with you.
Anyways,
Jesus Christ.
So 4.5.
No, I'm giving it a 4.5 because I liked it a lot. But yeah, that half point does I like how the beginning made more sense, but then when it got to the point where it was like extremely ridiculous, that's where I think they could have toned it down a little bit.
Okay.
I think Aronofsky could have toned that down a little bit. It was a little extreme, but despite that, I still enjoyed the film. So 4.5.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's that half point that from
So
that chunk.
4.5. So what's next on our agenda here?
We're gonna be. There's a lot of other horror films coming
I
out,
know.
Steven.
I'm well aware of these horror
Well,
films.
let's think here. We've got Flatliners, the remake coming out. We've got Gerald's Game, a Netflix film.
Friend Request.
Oh, Friend Request. That's probably gonna be ridiculous. I'm probably gonna hate it, but we'll see.
I don't see. This is exactly the kind of movie I don't want to see. Is this Friend
I'm
Request?
not
movie.
into that. The Friend Request.
That's
film,
all gonna be jump scares.
That's the kind of horror film that I'm not into. Mind you, I'm a huge horror fiend, as I like to call myself. But seeing the trailer, I'll see it just to see it. But I don't think I'm gonna like it. Oh, The Snowman.
When's Snowman come out?
That comes out in October, like
Yeah,
closer to
Snowman.
Halloween.
And we got Blade Runner coming. There's so many good movies coming out
Well,
right now.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, this has been our review.
So, after having seen it, and that movie is doing amazing right now, really do hope that Mother, gets better in the box office, because right now it's not doing too hot.
I think with award season coming up, I think that there might be a couple of Academy members that have the balls to give this movie the recognition it rightfully deserves. So I
Right.
think that will help the box office. That's what helped Black Swan.
Yeah.
That's
a
what
good
made
point.
Black
That's
Swan
a good point. That's a good
go
point.
from a limited release to an extended release. So I think that's going to help. But yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, right on. Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, whatever. Keepit88.com is our YouTube channel. And, of course, you can check us out at advancedcruisecontrol.com. I'm Annie Cruz.
And I'm Steve Vance. Keep it 88.